Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some monster news to talk about. From finally our first official look at the upcoming creature from the Black Lagoon SKULLECTOR doll, Monsterfest dolls having been found early in store, a possible look at a G3 operetta model, and more, so stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so firstly let's talk about the only G1 news we have for today, which is the reveal and first official look at the upcoming SKULLECTOR creature from the Black Lagoon doll, coming this week on Friday the 26th of April. The pricing has not been revealed yet, but I mean, taking note from previous SKULLECTOR releases, I'm thinking she'll probably cost around, 75 or could be cheaper, 50, maybe, who knows, but usually with SKULLECTOR releases like this, it's usually like more expensive, like 60, 70, 50, I think. Wasn't like Annabelle like cheaper? I don't know, but usually they're expensive. So yeah, probably along the lines of previous releases. But this is our first look shared by the official Monster High account on Instagram. That's it. We don't really have anything to look at, just this one picture, but it still reveals a lot of finally her actual design and like clothing, like what is she gonna wear? Because previously a lot of us had theorized, like, is she even gonna be wearing anything? Is it just gonna be like a bodysuit or what? Because like the actual creature in the movie is not wearing anything. It's just a creature. It's very simple design wise. So the doll, people were theorizing like, what could the doll look like? So I'm happy to say that it is more than just a bodysuit. It's actually like a cool take on the character. So let's take a look here. We can see that outfit wise, she seems to be wearing like for the top half some kind of like corset or like a vest kind of like looking piece on the very top. Obviously we don't get to see the top half too much, but yeah, she's definitely wearing some kind of top or like a jacket or something that looks pretty cool. Then for the bottom piece, it seems that she's wearing like these almost like bikini bottoms, but they have frills on the sides, almost like what a mermaid has, like on the top of the waist, like it kind of like gives me that vibe of like a mermaid doll with like the frills and stuff. And then on the back, she even has this like train falling down. It looks so cool. It's like different layers, and I like that the actual fabric that they used has that texture as well, like it's very crimped, so that looks very fun. And then the most interesting part for me are the shoes, which seem to be a pair of boots that are designed to imitate like her leg, I guess, because like you can see the feet actually have like toenails molded on, and then the heels is actually just like a rod spiked in, like like a fishing rod or something. So that's so interesting. Definitely, I think. And like the gills obviously on the calves, right, around the knees, that looks very interesting as well. The paint job is fun. I think maybe they just look a little too bulky, like I think in proportions to the rest of her legs, like the boots just make the legs look thicker around that portion. But design wise, I think it's a very good take and interpretation of the original character design, because it definitely adds a little bit more, and it's not just like a simple heel, but it's like a full-on boot, and it's imitating like the character. So it's almost like giving like a Monster High inspired like cosplay version of the creature of the Black Lagoon, instead of like a full-on interpretation of the actual character. I don't know, it could be both, whatever, but so far that's what we have to see here. And obviously the hair, she has hair, because again we were not sure, will she have rooted hair, because like the actual character does not have hair at all, but she does have hair to some capacity, at least that we know of. It could be like removable, like part of like a wig cap or something that you can take off, or like maybe it's like sewn on to like a hat or something. I don't know, I'm just thinking outside of the box here, because those boots definitely have me thinking like, oh, maybe it's something different than we usually think, because that's very fun. But yeah, the hair, the locks, the train, and then the boots, it definitely looks much more promising than I think I initially thought of when they leaked this character SKULLECTOR coming soon. But we've known that she's coming for a long time now. We've seen the face mold leak time and time again, so we know what the face will look like, but it's you know, finally, good to see that what the actual doll will end up looking like. Again, this Friday, she will be coming out at Tell Creations, so I guess we'll see then. Moving on to G3 news, we have our first look at the stock photo here for the packaging of the upcoming Cleo Vanity playset. Of course, we already had in G1 a Cleo Vanity playset without a doll, but obviously this new Vanity will be compared to that all Vanity playset a lot, and I can already tell that, I mean, the detail-wise, the old one still looks better, but this one also looks really fun. Obviously, there's also a exclusive doll included, so some of the budget went to the doll and not the actual Vanity itself. I kind of feel like if they had just done like the Vanity itself without a doll, I feel like then they could have added more details and more interesting colors and, you know, stuff to the Vanity design-wise as well, because now with the doll, you can just feel like you can just tell that they had to like clearly like half the budget for the doll and then the other budget half was for the Vanity. But I feel like, you know, they should have really just gone in full on for the Vanity, made it great as possible without the doll, because like every G3 Monster High fan probably has already a Cleo Denial doll. You know, I'm just saying, I feel like usually it's better to leave the whole budget for a playset because then you can get a better playset, you know. But on the other hand, I guess it's always great if you don't have a Cleo to get a Cleo in a playset. I don't know, what do you think? I mean, even as Cleo's goes, this Cleo doll is not really like stunning, like she's fine, but like she's pretty basic, so you know, whatever. But it looks fun. Moving on, we have news of a Cleo doll joining the Monsteristas budget line soon. We have a description here, and of course here are the stock photos of the previously released budget Monsteristas doll. So it'll be fun to get a Cleo doll in this lineup as well, and then eventually as well Lagoon. Next up, we have a first look once again at a stock photo of the packaging. This time it's for Monster Fest Draculaura's food truck playset thingy. You know, obviously includes the exclusive Monster Fest Draculaura doll. That's really a downgrade to the other 4 individually released Monster Fest dolls, as we'll see in a second. Yeah, you cannot compare Draculaura's doll to the others because just detail-wise, design-wise, you can tell it's really downgraded by a lot. It's a simpler version, I guess, of like a Coachella vibe for Draculaura. It's fine, but it's definitely not the same vibe. So yeah, the food truck looks fun, but like the question is, are you gonna get this food truck just for the doll? Like, that's the question, because it'll be expensive, like 50, 60, I don't know. It's a big thing. It's a big hunk of plastic, just for the doll, because I feel like even the Draculaura doll herself, I don't know if she's worth that amount of money or like getting the playset for. You can always get rid of the food truck, of course, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, it sucks. Moving on, yes, Monster Fest dolls, like I mentioned earlier, the individually sold dolls have been already found early in store. At least, you know, Frankie, Claudine, and Cleo have been found. Laguna so far has not been found early. I wonder why. I guess maybe it's like a shipment thing where maybe her dolls have always been shipped separately from the rest of the lineup, but that would be weird because, like, why separate Laguna from the rest of the ghouls? I don't know. But yeah, various people have been finding them. The same trio, by the way, no Laguna in sight. In store, from what I've seen, it's all Walmarts. So if you're lucky, you live close to a Walmart that you know has usually like good new stock for dolls, check it out, because you could probably find some of these dolls as well early on shelves. And they are supposed to release, you know, this month, or I think around April, May. By summertime they should be released more availably, because the special for season 2 will air, I think, sometime around fall. So it's basically very similarly to what they did with the Monster Ball series for last year. Very interesting. I definitely think it'll be fun to see, you know, Laguna finally as well, because I feel like, you know, seeing them in real life is always different than actually seeing stock photos, because they do vary, and I feel like they kind of grow on you. We actually also have some unboxed pictures of these dolls. First up for Cleo, since we have the least amount of pictures for her, for now at least. I'm sure we'll get more pictures of her unboxed real soon. But here she is. I like her. She's really gorgeous. Like the nude bronzy lipstick looks great on her. The hair is saran, thank God. The sleeves look really good in person. The details and the printed like colored details on her accessories is really well done, even though it is a little bit pixelated with how they did it. Still, I like the color details on her jewelry and like her accessories. The outfit also looks really fun. Yeah, I think she's definitely one of the better ones from this line. Next up, we have some unboxed pictures by Lady Alexa 1996 for Claudine. And I would say, as far as G3 Claudine dolls goes, she's definitely one of the better ones. I like the fur details around her sleeves and then also around her boots. And actually, those fur details around her shoes are not attached to the shoes. They're completely separate. They're detachable completely. Like they're not glued on like I thought they would be initially. Like you could even take them off her leg and use them as a scrunchie. I would think like that's that's so fun. But yeah, the makeup is pretty fun. I like once again the printed details on her jewelry, on her like purse, bag. It's always more appreciated when you have more painted details on accessories. It's always a good thing. And then her hair. The hair is poly, unfortunately, so there is that. But that's not really a surprise, is it? G3 Claudine dolls always probably have poly hair. It's just the normality of things, unfortunately. So yeah, at least her outfit is good, and the accessories are also really cute. Next, we have unboxed pictures of Frankenstein by MX Stein 2, and they look really good as well. I mean, first impressions, I didn't really think a lot of Frankenstein. I don't know why, but the loud colors, the neon yellow and like the pink and like the black lipstick, I believe. Yeah, it was a lot going on. And the fluorescent colors and stuff, and I don't know, I wasn't really sure like how it would look in real life, but they look good. I mean, they look good. they don't look bad. So I think the flower crown with like the geometric shapes, really cute. The hair is saran, that's great. There's layers to the outfit with the tops being separate. The accessories once again are detailed, painted on with details. The gloves are removable. The purse is really fun. The pants with like the fringe, so fun. Also, how cool is it that both Cleo and Frankie are wearing these bracelets that we had previously seen on artwork from one of the lockers, like their own little, romance friendship bracelets. They're actually wearing them on the actual dolls. Like, how cute is that? And we also have these pictures by Vampire Lover of all three of them together. Well, Frankie's head is there, so that's gonna have to do. But yeah, they look really good together. And obviously Lagoon is missing for now, but yeah, I think overall Monster Fest looks really good in person. Like Cleo, amazing. Claudine's okay. Frankie's really cute. And I think I like Laguna as well. Like I think she'll be really fun in person, with her colors and like the actual outfit. The flowing of the skirt will probably look even better in person. So yeah, I can't wait. And I just noticed, but Frankie's side glands and Cleo's actually line up so they can look at each other. How cute is that? And then lastly, yes, it seems we have our first look at G3 Operetta's model from the animated series. Just joking, it's actually fan art by the amazing Moth Rastan shared on Reddit. So I'm sorry, I know, but it looks really legit. Like this got me. When I first saw this on the group chat on Telegram, I was like, whoa, this is really early for Operetta to appear in the season 2. But then I looked closer and I was like, oh, it's fan made. It's not actually legit. That's how legit this looks. Like it looks real, but it's not real, unfortunately. Not yet. Maybe Operetta will appear in season 3 if that, if we hopefully we'll get there, obviously. Hopefully season 2 will do well enough and then we'll get a third season. And then in that third season, hopefully we'll see Operetta and Rochelle and Rebecca and all these other characters return, which would be amazing. But yeah, if we never get there, at least we have a fan-made version of how G3 Operetta could have looked like. So this is what she could have looked like in like a different, you know, parallel dimension. This is what she could have looked like. So there we go. But yeah, again, made by the amazing Moth Rastan, shared on Reddit. Again, amazing work. She, yeah, really looked legit. Like it took me a second to realize this was not real, but it's still amazing work. Like seriously, like the model, the proportions, even the way the eyelashes have that stylized look, it all looks really believable. So really, seriously, good work. And that was the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Consider becoming a member today to support the channel if you're able to, and of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.